Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I'm playing Cyber Sled on the PlayStation 1, and I wanted to try out, or I wanted to mention how I really wish this game was hacked. Let me fire up a game here. This is actually based on an arcade original, and it's a very cool Tron tank kind of game. I figure since I just talked about Tron for the Game Boy Advance, this game reminds me a lot of Tron. It's actually based on an original arcade game, and it has this neat look to it, and I was really hoping that I would enjoy this game more. But I'm not thrilled. I wish the control scheme with the original controller was better implemented. Let me show you the game, and I'll show you the problem with it. So here we go. Yeah, very cool kind of space age looking tank game. I really like the concept of it, but I'm finding that it's not a great control scheme. Now it looks okay here. You can see that basically, whoa, I'm getting my butt kicked, hang on. There, take that. Die! Oh, did I get him? I got him. Ha 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 ha. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Let me see if I can have a longer game this time. Oh, very Tron, this one. So let me just move around a bit instead of just defeating my enemy right away. So, I've got this like cool looking tank and this arena, and I'm moving around, and I think you can pick up things. Is that something I can pick up? Yeah, I got missiles now. Like, it's this neat cyber sort of... There, take that, you bugger. It's this neat cyber arena, and it's, as I say, based on an arcade game that used in its original control scheme. Whoa, where is he? Two kind of analog stick type of things, like two tank controls, a little bit like Battlezone. But you would think, using the D-pad and the buttons, and the way that I am shifting or strafing here is I'm using the trigger, the what do you call it? The shoulder buttons. Trying to concentrate and shoot at the same time, not easy. But yeah, like it's not the best control scheme. I would have thought, okay, oh well, I killed him, thank goodness. Yeah, I would have thought using these things as like your tank controls. Move the strafing instead of having it that way with the shoulders. Do it this way. That's what the original arcade game was all about. I've actually got footage here from a really awesome YouTube channel that does repairs on old machines, showing how the original arcade game was handled. And it's a couple of sticks. It's like Battlezone type controls. And I thought, oh yeah, wouldn't it be great, since the PlayStation 1 does have... Ooh, I'm getting killed. Since the PlayStation 1 does have these things, like why not make it so that I'm using the thumbsticks as my tank controls? But it doesn't, and it's just like, well, why did they not think of that? That seems so obvious. So there is another alternative control scheme here. I'll give it a whirl, but it really drives me crazy that this thing is not doing what I would have thought makes the most sense. Yeah, like, why not have these things be my left and right? Much like in that footage, since you can tilt the controls to move your tank that direction, why is it not using this? Now let's go back to the main menu, and I'll try control scheme number 2. So if we go into the options here, oops. This is all control scheme number 1, and what I can do is go down here. So that's type 1, where the slide is done with the pad, this thing, and the turn is L1, R1. The only alternative is type 2, where the turn is like these controls, and the pad, I think it's using these as our forward, back, left, right, etc. And I'm just like, well, why don't you have it so I can do it that way? It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, let's give this a whirl. The other thing is you can actually change the graphics from the original pseudo-arcade 80s looking one to something a little more realistic. I'll show you that at the end, but let's just give this a whirl. where we are now going to do, oops, change that back. We are now going to do the game with this other control. And let's change our guy. Let's be Marie Yamamoto. Okay, here we go. So yeah, now we've got like this kind of control scheme, which is, in my opinion, a lot harder with this controller. I would think if you could do like, sorry, shift the camera there. If you could do, how do you shoot? There we go. If you could do this with the thumbsticks instead, oh, I'm getting really killed here. Yeah, if you could do this with the, I'm dead. If you could do these movements, these tank movements with the analog thumbsticks, that'd be great. All right, so I'm gonna just put it all back to the way it was. So we'll go back to Type 1, which I honestly find better, but it's still not great when you have little thumbsticks here. And I will show you what the real graphics look like, or the realistic graphics. And for our final go will be Hans Baird. This looks like a big tank here. So it doesn't look that much different. Instead of the flat cell-shaded Tron look, now it's a little more textured, but only slightly. So yeah. But what I was kind of hoping is, wouldn't it be great if somebody actually hacked this game and made it the way I want it to be? Like, if somebody could go through into the code and just get this thing to actually be the Tron, the tank controls that I'm looking for, that would be what I would really like. Let's pick up some missiles here because we're going to need them. Yeah, like I think this game has so much potential. I like the look of the original arcade game. It would be nice if we could actually get... Oh, I got him. It'd be nice if we could get these controls to work. Anyway, I am reminded of how I had put out on the Atari forums years ago, wouldn't it be nice to be able to do Midnight Madness, one of the pinball games, using the paddle controllers the way it's seen on the arcade, or sorry, on the front of the box. And somebody actually hacked a really, really cool version of that game, so that it would actually work that way. And I was so happy. That was Nuki Shea, by the way, who passed away, which was very sad. Rest in peace, Nuki Shea. So yeah, if there's like a PlayStation 1 version of Nuki Shea out there, another genius who could actually get this game to work with these things as the tank controls, that would be an amazing achievement, because I love what this game has promising for it. Also, by the way, it does say on the control box, it'll work with that Nijicon driving controller that I've got. I did give it a whirl. It's not really all that great. It's a control scheme where you still use the D-pad to move around, but instead of doing the shoulder buttons to strafe side to side, that's what uses the twisty motion of the Nijicon. It didn't work out to being what I wanted it to be, so yeah. A really cool game, but I really wish it had a different control scheme. I wish somebody would hack this thing so that you could use the thumbsticks for it. Anyway, I'll leave it there. That is Cyber Sled on the PlayStation 1. I wish it was hacked. And until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.